there you are again. Welcome to my channel. Please like and subscribe. It's always appreciated. Who am I? Well, suffice it to say, I am the Prince of Positivity, and it's my job, a job that I take very seriously and love to do, to bring you witticisms, and wisdom. So, those of you that are here, let's get right into it and talk about a few things that will be of some interest. There was an old man who lived in a village. He was one of the most unfortunate people in the world. The whole village was tired of him. He was always gloomy, and he constantly complained about everything. He was always in a bad mood. He had this ability to make sense out of no sense. He was always unhappy. The longer he lived, the more bile he had in his system. He was more poisonous in his words, and eventually people just stopped uh, associating with him and avoided him at all costs. Now, one day he turns 80 years old, and that's a beautiful thing. Instantly, there was a rumor that was going on. The old man, suddenly, after 80 years, was happy. He hasn't complained about anything, he was smiling, and he was looking around at people and saying hello and greeting them very respectfully all the time. So the whole village got together and said, well, what happened to you? I mean, you had your 80th birthday and all of a sudden, what happened? And he said, nothing special. 80 years I've been chasing happiness, and it was useless. And then I decided to live without happiness and now just enjoy life. That's why I'm happy now. So what's the moral? Don't chase happiness. Enjoy your life. Mm-hmm. Now, that was your first lesson. Let's try another one. People have been coming to a wise man, complaining about the same problems day after day after day, every time they came to see him. So the wise man, being wise, decided to gather them all together at one time. And he told them a joke. It was tremendously funny. Everyone roared with laughter. Now, after a couple of minutes, he told them the exact same joke. And a few of them smiled because they just heard it. Then, a few minutes later, he told them the same joke a third time. No one laughed. He looked around and said, you can't laugh at the same joke over and over and over. So why are you always crying about the same problems over and over and over? And so the moral of our story, worrying won't solve your problems. It just wastes your time and your energy. Second lesson for the day. Another lesson. I've got a million of them. And I'm feeling generous today, so let's do at least 3 or 4 lessons. A salt seller used to carry the salt bag on his donkey to the market every day. Now on the way they had to cross a stream, and one day the donkey suddenly tumbled down the stream and the salt bag fell into the water. The salt dissolved in the water, and hence the bag became very light to carry. The donkey noticed that and was happy. The next day, the salt seller is back doing the exact same thing, putting salt bags onto his donkey, and every time they had to cross the stream, the donkey now is stumbling seemingly on purpose and lightening its load. Now the salt seller doesn't get mad. He understands, and he decides to teach a lesson. So the next day, he loads cotton onto the donkey. Again, the donkey plays the same trick when it gets to the water, hoping that the cotton bag would become lighter. But the dampened cotton actually became very heavy to carry because of the water into the cotton. And it learned a lesson as it struggled to carry its load. It didn't play that trick anymore, and the seller was happy. So what's our lesson? Luck won't favor you always. Finally, a story tells that two friends were walking through the desert. Now, during some point of the journey, they had an argument, and one friend slapped the other one in the face. The one who got slapped was hurt, but without saying anything, he wrote in the sand, "Today, my best friend slapped me in the face." They kept on walking until they found an oasis where they decided to take a bath. The one who had been slapped got stuck in the mire and started drowning, but the friend saved him. After he recovered from the near drowning, he wrote on a stone, "Today, my best friend saved my life." The friend who had slapped and saved his best friend asked him, "After I hurt you, you wrote in the sand, and now you write on the stone. Why?" The other friend said, "When someone hurts us, we should write it down in sand, where winds of forgiveness can erase it away. But when someone does something good for us, we should engrave it in stone, where nothing can ever erase it." What's your moral of the story? Don't value the things you have in your life. Value who you have in your life. Yeah, that's the lesson. Well, I was going to end it, but let's do one more, huh? Want to hear about the greedy lion? Okay. Greedy lion, that's the last one. And then we'll be back for more. It was an incredibly hot day, and a lion was feeling very, very hungry. He came out of his den and searched here and there, everywhere. He could only find one small rabbit. He caught the rabbit with some hesitation and said, "This rabbit can't fill my stomach. Well, I might as well eat it anyway." So as the lion was about to kill the rabbit, a deer ran that way. And then he said, with his greedy thoughts, "Instead of eating the small rabbit, let me go eat that big deer." So he let the hare go and went to find the deer. But the deer vanished into the forest. Now the lion was feeling sorry for letting go of the rabbit. What's the moral of the story? You've heard it before. A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. Or a rabbit that you've got is worth more than a big juicy deer that you can't catch. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So that's our lessons for today. Those of you that have been liking and subscribing, I really appreciate all that you've done to help support the channel. And don't worry, we're going to keep putting these out there, keep putting them out there, and we're going to grow, and we're going to grow, and we're going to grow, and we're going to be excellent someday. So, thank you for your support. Remember to always like and subscribe, and tell your friends. Bring them here for wit, witticisms, and wisdom with me. Who am I? I am the Prince of Positivity. And for now, I'm out.